Hey everyone, it's me, your Chief Judge, and we are back with part 2 of the Contest Case Scenario series, Rapid Fire Round. Let's look at what we're going to learn today. First up, if you're a judge or a Chief Judge and you're made aware that a certain contestant was not a paid member in the previous contest but is now a paid member, what should you do? Well, very simple. Validate the same with Toastmasters International, and if found to be true, you must disqualify the contestant, fortunately. Next up, what do you do if you're the Chief Judge and the Contest Master does not follow the Contest Master script properly? Well, if it's not something major that the Contest Master is missing, allow it. But if in case something critical or important is missed, do step in as the Chief Judge and correct the same. Next up, what if the Contest Master doesn't hear the last word uttered by a contestant before he or she drops off? Well, it's important that the contest chair or sometimes the Chief Judge should also pay attention to the speech in case the Contest Master misses on this vital information. Right? Next up, you're a judge in a contest. Now, this is the virtual platform. What is the conventional naming way that we need to follow? Well, sometimes people think you have to put underscore judge or so. Well, it's very simple. Make sure that your identity is anonymous because judges have to be anonymous. You can either go with judge 1, 2, 3 depending on the nomenclature and the number of judges, or J1, 2, 3. This is what Toastmasters International recommends. It is best not to be your same name, even though you might not be known as a judge. It makes it important because when you have to be put into a breakout room in case there's a protest or any objection, then it is important that your identity remains anonymous. So therefore, always it's a best practice to follow the generic judge 1 or judge or J1 as the naming convention. Next up, are timers allowed to be part of the ballot counting process? Absolutely not. Only the timing sheet that is marked by the primary timer who makes note of all the time should be taken to the ballot counting process, and the Chief Judge will do so and use it to make the right decision. The only people who are allowed to be in the ballot counting process are the tally counters and the Chief Judge. Okay? Now, can a timer mention the time that a contestant used after the contest is done? Absolutely not again. Timers are not to say what a time was used by a speaker, whether it's after the contest, maybe a couple of weeks later, it could even be a decade later. Timers must remain that information confidential. Only a Chief Judge can talk to a contestant who was disqualified on the grounds of time and inform them of the same. Now, you're a Chief Judge in a contest. On the day of the contest, your trustworthy mentor who you look up to so much comes to you and asks you, hey, who are the judges that you picked? I just want to know. What should you do? Well, simple. A Chief Judge must not reveal the judges to anyone. Right? It's always absolutely discreet. But what if it's your friend or your partner, right? Your better half who is not in Toastmasters? It's okay, right? No, my dear friends. Remember, a Chief Judge must not reveal who the judges are to anyone. It could be even the district Chief Judge. Shouldn't be revealed. As Chief Judge, that's the oath we take, to remain confidential and professional. Now, last one. You're the Chief Judge for a contest, and after the contest, a couple of members and audience members come to you and say, hey, they didn't really feel good about the contest and they didn't feel that the judging was right and the entire announcement of results should have been different. What do? Well, it's very simple. Inform them that all the judges mark their ballots according to the Toastmasters International ballot, and you along with the tally counters tallied that to arrive at the winners list. If they felt that this was unfair or not right, you understand, but the judging process was fair in your view and there's nothing that can be done about it. Remember, once the results are announced, it's final, and have faith and trust in the judging process. That's it for part 2 of this series. Stay tuned for the next one coming ahead. And remember, we're just hardly a month away from coronation, and it's going to be a cracker of an event, so I'll see you on the other side. Cheers.